Hi, this is Tamara here from Transformation for Women, tamara.com, and I am so excited to be joined by Liz and her daughter Izzie for this interview. They use EFT. So, Liz, if you can just briefly introduce yourself first.
Yep. Hello, everyone. I'm Liz, and it's lovely to be here with you. Liz Hancock, and I've trained with Tamara to be an EFT practitioner a number of years ago after an amazing introduction to tapping, EFT tapping. And I'm just really excited to talk to you guys today, and hopefully through my experience, maybe help some of you as well.
Brilliant. Thank you. And Izzie, would you like to just say a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Izzie and I'm 8 years old, and my mum helped me with tapping when I was quite young, and it's kind of really changed my life and it's really helped me.
Wow. Thank you, that's amazing. And I understand you're an aspiring YouTuber. You want to have your own YouTube channel at some point, is that right?
Yeah.
And you've already made your first YouTube video, which I've seen, which I really liked.
Do you remember?
You describing EFT when you were little.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, aren't you?
Yeah, brilliant. So I'm just going to start off with a question for Liz. How did you discover EFT? How did you get into it?
So I saw an advert for a birth trauma workshop being run by yourself, and I just moved to the area in Buckinghamshire, and I had birth trauma because with this lovely one, it was quite a traumatic birth, and excuse me, lucky enough didn't affect how we bonded, but it made me very fearful to give birth again. So when I was pregnant with my son Joshua, I was booked in for a C-section. There was no way I was going through that again, and went along to your workshop, walked in. I was a little bit late, and because I was quite heavily pregnant, I couldn't run out because I wanted to, because you were watching the Tapping Solution, a part of the Tapping Solution film where everyone's tapping, and I was like, I'd never seen it before. I thought, what on earth is this I've come into? Like, it's some kind of cult. But was welcomed with open arms, sat down, watched the video, cried because it was so overwhelming. Within about 5 minutes, I had tears in my eyes, and the transformations in the film are so amazing. And then was paired up with someone for 20 minutes. I think you were training them, and it was their kind of practice. And within 20 minutes, I was absolutely fine about the birth that I'd had with Izzie. And I kept like thinking about it, and I was like, no, there's no emotion there. I'm okay about it now. It's just a thing that happened. Whereas prior to that, I would be like almost crying. I'd get myself, my heart rate would go up. I'd start panicking when I thought about having to do it again. And none of that was there. £10 free, and so no painkillers. It was just, and it was the most amazing experience, apart from having you, obviously.
Wow.
So it was a pretty special introduction, and because of that, when I had Josh, I had 2 under 2, so it was quite hard work at times, as lovely as they were, and I knew I needed a little bit of extra help, and my mum got ill as well, and there was various stuff to deal with, so I decided to try EFT rather than go down the more kind of medical route of talking to the doctor and so on. So came back and trained with you to do my level 1, loved it so much, decided I want to do my level 2, I want to be able to share this with other people, and then started to make a business out of it, which has kind of rolled and morphed into through actually helping other women manage their role as a mother and a business owner through people I met in my networking group. That's kind of morphed into what I'm doing now, which is helping not just mothers but business people with their money blocks and blocks to success. And a lot of the time, especially if I'm working with mothers, that is around balancing the two, the business and family, because it is a difficult nut to crack. I'm not saying I've cracked it, but I think we do all right, don't we? Most of the time. Yeah, so does that all make sense?
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you. So, Izzie, how did your mum introduce EFT to you?
Well, I came home one day from school and I was like really sad, and my mum asked me what was the matter, and I told her that like these girls have been really mean to me, and she like introduced the bear, and I had never seen it before, so I was like a bit like, what are you doing? And then she really helped me, and then I kept on most of the time coming home with problems, and they got solved really easy. And also sometimes when I was little I had nightmares, and my mum just came in and tapped on me and used the bear, and yeah.
That's fantastic. Now, for those people listening, they might not know what you're talking about with the bear. So could you tell us a little bit more about that? And you've got a bear with you, haven't you?
You talk and I'll go and get the bear.
It's like a normal bear, and
like a teddy bear.
Yeah, and it has black spots in different places. So it has one on its head.
Yeah.
One here, and one here, and then it has one here, and then one here and one there. And you just go around the places.
Mm-hmm.
This is not tappy, but there is a bear that you could use. And some people don't have to have bear, so they just use these and they just tap in the places. And you go around, and if you want, because my mum like said stuff and I had to repeat it while she did it.
So I'm sure there'll be other children possibly watching this who might have had some upsets with their friends at school, something like that. So what would you tell them to do? How would they tap on their bear?
Well, my mum gave me some advice, like just don't listen to them, and just don't listen to them. And then she did, so she like tapped on the places, and then she said stuff. So she's like,
we talked about how it made you feel, didn't we?
Yeah, and how we could stop it happening.
So we'd say things like, I'm sad, I'm really sad that they did this.
How can I make it stop, or something like that? Yeah.
And I want to feel better. How can I feel better? And then we'd kind of just get the answers, wouldn't we? And we'd suggest things, and some things
we would try it out every day and see if it worked.
So you would say how you were feeling while you were tapping on the bear, and then new ideas would come up, new ways of dealing with stuff would come up for you. Was it something like that?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Sometimes my mum just thought of solutions, and I tried them.
So some of the things that we used to do is putting a protective cloak on.
Oh yeah.
When we go to work.
We didn't bring it.
Well, we didn't bring what?
The sheet.
Oh, okay. So we've got this little sheet, and
I went to this club to get it.
Yeah.
And on it has like it shows you ways you can help. So you're planting a tree, and that helps you
to feel like a tree, like strong. Like with strong.
And you had to be like a tree, because I went to this group and it taught you all the different things, and we watched loads of videos and we learned it. And there was also your protective cloak. So when me and my brother were little and we didn't really have a bad day the day before, we used to go to school in the car, and my mum would say, put your cloak on. So we would put our cloak on. We always pretended that Josh was blue and I was orange, and we would put our cloak on, and we'd feel protective. And then sometimes when we were little, when we were naughty and we were all stressed, we would open the windows or the door, and we would blow a balloon, tie it up and throw it out the window, and put all our bad thoughts in the balloon, and it would go away.
And I did that as well. So if we were, especially driving to school, for the mums out there, you're like really stressed and getting them in the car and rushing. And I'd be like having a go at the kids and very quickly know that really I was just angry with myself for being late. And then so we would all blow up a balloon, and I would have to do it too, and I have to get my husband to do it too sometimes if it's not a school day and he's in the car, and then we just let them go out the window.
And then there's a few other things, but I don't even remember them on there.
The other thing we did is tapping the foot as though it's a pedal bin, like an old-fashioned pedal bin.
So every time we would be naughty or doing bad stuff, he would throw it all in the bin and then do tap our foot.
And if people were saying mean things at school, you'd just tap your foot, so you could imagine all their words going straight into the bin rather than into your head, didn't we?
Yeah, so it sounds like you've got lots of tools that have really, really helped you. And I'm sure the other children who are watching this would really, really appreciate like these lovely tips that you've been sharing. So thank you so much. What I'd like to hear is that I know that when children have their friends not being very nice to them, not only is it not very nice for the child, but it's also sometimes can be very difficult for the mums as well. So have you been able to use EFT to support yourself in your parenting in that way? And I'd love to hear anything around that.
Yeah, hugely. I think the great thing about EFT is that when you do it on somebody else, it helps you as well. And so when I was tapping on Izzie, like I feel her pain. I'm sure everyone is massively connected to their children.
Yeah.
But when Izzie's hurting, I hurt.
Yeah.
And so I would be tapping on her and feeling that pain as well. But as I was tapping on her, it was releasing in me as well. And especially when I was getting herself to get used to doing on herself, she was following me or tapping on the bear works as well, and that was just so effective. So I didn't feel I had to go away and do loads more work because it had been released in that moment. But had I felt that I needed to, I would have done, and I guess I did a few times. Just talking it through with friends and that kind of thing. Non-judgmental friends is a good thing as well.
Thank you.
Like you.
Thank you. That's wonderful.
My mum used to say stories about her life and how I'm so lucky, and it would make me feel really better about myself. And
I think just showing that it's normal. I mean, some people might disagree with me here, but I think some mums have this need to appear like rocks, and they're so strong, and we want to help our children feel protected, and like we are there, we're always going to have their back, which obviously we are. But I think to share stories from our past, say, I do think that school and the playground is a preparation for life. And if someone had upset me, I'd say, I do know how you feel, because actually someone upset me today. I wouldn't necessarily say names, but this person upset me, or I'm feeling like this too. Not to say, oh, you're not the only one, but just so that they know that their feelings aren't wrong or alien, that it's just part of life, and it's talk about it, because you're going to have this all the way through your life. So it's best to learn how to deal with it now, because it's never going to stop. And if you don't talk about it, just keep it in, then it's just going to build and build, and then you're going to be, suffering with it for your lifetime. And I never had that when I was a child. I've only realised in the last 8 years that that this whole new world is open to me, and I can release and process my feelings rather than have them bottled up inside me. And that has been just such a gift. I want every child to learn how to deal with that and know that their emotions aren't wrong or bad, and it's just normal.
Definitely. And Izzie, I think you are so lucky to have grown up with EFT, because you're going to have that as a tool for life now, which is something that Liz and your mum and I didn't have. When we were children, we've only discovered when we've been grown ups. But children who grow up with EFT, it will just be second nature to you. So whenever, and probably you'll attract less upsets, because you can just nip them in the bud, because you can just release them as they come. And I've noticed that as well with my daughter, who's grown up with EFT as well, that she, you know, she has it if she needs it. And so I'm really happy for you that you do have it and that you're using it and that you love it. So yeah, thank you. It's brilliant.
And I just thought of something else that's just quite nice, really. There was a girl at school going through a really tough time. Do you remember? Don't say her name, but there was a girl at school going through a tricky. Her parents had separated, and we don't need to go into the details. But you helped her, didn't you? And
yeah. And she kept on like bringing, because her mum did something and she was really sad that day, so she brought in one of her bracelet with her mum's ring on it, and she kept on like giving me presents, and I thought maybe I should do something to her, so I helped her to be happy. And
put the shield on and stuff, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so beautiful. That's so special that you not only can use it on yourself, you can share it with your friends. And I can imagine that takes a lot of courage, because I know that some children probably would feel a bit uncomfortable sharing something a little bit different with their friends, because they might think their friends think they're weird. That you had the courage to share some of what you know with your friend is really, really special.
Yeah, I think at that point we were like really best friends, so when I'm best friends with people, they really learn to trust their friends, so she kind of...
Yeah.
It's lovely. Good girl.
Beautiful. Thank you. So, coming back to Liz, are there any other personal or mother-related EFT successes that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, of course. There's been one. Well, there's two that stand out. One lady, you know, these people that you assume, she actually she home tutored her children. So I just assumed she was like this amazing mother who must be so zen and able to cope with everything. She ran a business, struggling, bless her, which was quite eye-opening for me and taught me a lesson about not prejudging people. But yeah, she just like to get her much more grounded and have her give her a way to process her feelings, so that when she was with when she was with her children, she was really able to focus on the learning and not just, you know, try and catch up with things while she's supposed to be teaching them at home. So that was massive transformation for her. And then recently, a client of mine, we're actually working on weight loss, something completely different, which I haven't done for years, but I'd spoken to her 2 years ago and she came back to me. But one of the reasons she comfort eats is because she gets so stressed with her 2 young boys, very young boys. And I've been there, I know what it's like, but through the tapping, we've really enabled her to just step into this new place of kind of feeling grounded, feeling more confident, knowing that she is a good mum, she's not a terrible mum. And this all becomes way before, you know, being able to address her eating issues. And what she's been able to do, there was a lot of hitting in her house. Her boys were always hitting each other. They were hitting her and her husband. And that has completely stopped now, just from the EFT being able to calm her enough to be able to come up with a really good strategy and to release all the upset and all the worry of, I'm not a good parent, I must be failing because my kids keep hitting each other. And just to be able to kind of rise above all the noise and the craziness and go, okay, what's really happening here? Okay, that's happening. I need to formulate a strategy, which is what we did together. And I was like, I'm not a parenting coach, but this is really cool. And there's no hitting in our house anymore. It just doesn't happen.
Wow.
So, and the boys are getting on well, and, you know, it's not perfect. They obviously still have their bad days.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. And is there another one you want to?
Yeah. When I was little, I used to be like quite naughty, and I was watching YouTube one day and I saw this Super Nanny and it looked really good, so I decided to watch it, and I couldn't stop watching it. And I think it was meant for parents, but it just showed me how I shouldn't really behave around, because how stressful it is for the mother and the father. So yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
So although we realised that we put parental controls around YouTube at this point, big mistake for us. It was actually, if you're ever struggling, I would say show your kids Super Nanny, because she really realised that actually it's really tough on the parents. And that was amazing, wasn't it?
Wow.
I'm just glad I don't behave like that.
So are we, darling.
Oh, okay. Is there any other stories that you want to share about tapping that you've used or for yourself or at school?
My mum helped me. I was having bad nightmares, and she just came and tapped on me. I fell asleep, and also this was not when I was that young, but I felt like me and my dad weren't really communicating that much, and we weren't really. It just felt like I was so far away from him. So my mum helped me,
and I think instead of me going into battle with my husband about it, oh, is he saying this about you? You've upset her. Like, doing the tapping allowed me to be so much more calm about it and say, look, I'm not saying you've done this, but this is how Izzie is feeling. So there's no criticism here, but that's how she's feeling, so we need to address it. Yeah. And then that enables it to be better.
I also recommend something. There's this person called, I can't even remember his name, but he wrote a book called The Key to Success for Kids, and he's 15, and it's just really helpful. It helps you achieve your goals. It's about your manners, and it's really good. So, yeah.
Wow. Sounds amazing. Thank you.
I can give you the title if anyone wants it. We can share that. I haven't got it with me, so yeah.
Amazing. It sounds like you're full of amazing tips for other kids.
I think also what EFT's helped us with is, because my husband gave her that book because it is about like success for kids, and I was like, oh really? But like, my husband's very, very driven and really wants them to succeed as entrepreneurs or business people, and I'm like, they're only 7 and 8, Adrian, hang on. But it creates that balance. So if you've got one partner who's quite different from another, although I'm very driven and very motivated, and obviously I do want them to succeed, but in whatever they want to succeed at. So if it's running a surf camp on a beach, that's absolutely fine with me, as long as I can go on holiday there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and we use it for sport as well, don't we? And Izzie had an ankle injury. We used it to help with that.
Oh,
so
wow.
Really limitless. It really is. You just use it on everything, because it wasn't just the injury, but it was a lot of upset because Izzie loves sport so much, and she wasn't able to join in at school and do sport. She missed out on a couple of cross-country stuff.
And I had to watch, and it's really sad just watching when you want to play it. The matches, I had to.
And you were quite down then, weren't you? So the tapping really helped then.
I'm just so glad it wasn't hockey season.
Yeah, you're glad it wasn't hockey. Phew.
I don't actually like nets.
Amazing. Fantastic. Do you want to say a little bit how you use it in your work, and maybe share your website in case other business owners would like to get in touch with you?
Thank you. So I kind of fell into what I'm doing now, as I said earlier, from helping mothers who I met through my networking group when I was promoting my EFT practice. Mothers who are trying to balance work and all the stress of motherhood and all that kind of stuff. So that has now morphed into me helping business people, as I said earlier, not just mothers, but anyone that wants to go from say they're a nutritionist or a personal trainer, but they really want to leverage their business. They want to get some time back and really take their business from not always a hobby, like an expensive hobby business, which mine was, because I wasn't making much money out of it, but just really take it to that next level. And I use the tapping in that. I use it to help with the money blocks, the success blocks, all of those things that come up again and again, self-sabotage, falling into the trap of the wrong mindset, doubting ourselves, listening to other people, trying to be helpful and giving us advice, which really isn't helpful and just continues to keep us small. So all of that, plus the marketing side, because obviously I've learned a lot about marketing now, especially online marketing. and I've got an event coming up and so on. So it's really exciting times. So if anyone wants to go from practitioner to, I don't want to say a proper business, because a practitioner is a proper business, but if you want to start making more money whilst helping more people, I think often we have a drive that says, I'm helping people, it's such a gift and a privilege, so therefore I'm not allowed to earn lots of money from it. You can do both, and that's what I help people with. So you can check me out on my website, elizabethmaryhancock.com. That's Elizabeth Mary Hancock, HNCOCK.com, or just email me or comment below and I'll hook up with me on Facebook. And I'd love to talk to anyone that I can potentially help.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. I just thought, I don't know whether to finish off, Izzie, you would be willing to do a quick demonstration with your bear on how, if let's say a child's watching and might be feeling sad, maybe Liz can help you just with the wording and what you would do.
So if a child's feeling sad about maybe something at school or...
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really sad.
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 I don't know what to do.
I
don't know what to do.
I'm so sad.
I'm so
sad.
This is really tough.
This is really tough.
And I don't know what to do.
And I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
I'm not used to
It's I guess it's harder to do it on the bear without seeing what you're doing.
Why don't you do it?
Okay, I'm scared.
I'm really scared.
I'm trying hard.
I'm trying hard.
I don't know.
Maybe it's not quite so bad.
Maybe it's not quite so bad.
Maybe I could feel better about this.
Maybe I could feel better about this.
I did have some fun today.
I did have some fun
today.
I've just forgotten about it.
I've just forgotten about it.
But I'm remembering now.
I'm remembering now.
That I have got friends that care about me.
I have
got friends that care about me.
And maybe I could listen to them more.
Maybe I could listen to them more.
Maybe I could hang out with them more.
Maybe I could hang out with them more.
And ditch the ones that aren't very nice.
And ditch the ones that aren't very nice.
And if I do that, they'll probably want to be friends with me.
And if I do that, they'll probably want to be friends with me.
I'm feeling better.
I'm feeling better.
I'm feeling so much better.
I'm feeling so much better.
I'm safe and I'm okay.
I'm safe and I'm okay.
And then I always say, put your hands on your heart and take a nice deep breath. And as you blow out, then you can blow out all the horrible nerves, all the sadness, and just let it all go.
Also, when I have bad dreams, my mum brought me this meditation CD, and I learnt that breathing about 3 times in and out really can help you, because it makes you relaxed.
Wonderful.
So we often follow it just by some nice deep breaths, and then I might say, imagine a bright light shining down on you and just like enveloping you with this calm, this loving energy. And then obviously if you're there and they're your mum, you can give them a big hug too.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you both and hearing how much you, Izzie, use it in your life already. And I'm sure it's going to inspire so many other children and their mums to give EFT a go. So again, if you want to get in touch with Liz, it's elizabethmaryhancock.com. If you want to get in touch with me, it's tamaradon.com, or you can look on my Facebook, Transformation for Women. And please do comment on on this video. Both Liz and I will probably get to see it, hopefully. And if you give EFT a go, then do let us know how you get on. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.